Hello, I am Archivist Saren, and welcome to my study. And today, we are back once again to, once it loads, because I didn't preload it, Subnautica. Now, we are continuing with the idea. Oh, I already made the radiation suit. I forgot about that. Anyway. We're continuing with the, I guess you could call it challenge run, but just the interesting endeavor that I decided to go on for some reason, which is to do Subnautica on a breath hold, mainly because I felt like a lot of, I already explained all my reasoning last stream, but if you did not see it, then it basically is just because in a lot of media, people drown way too quickly. And that's always a pet peeve of mine, so I just wanted to show that it was very possible to hold your breath for longer than like 5 seconds, which I think is the all-time record of someone in a movie or TV show holding their breath. So, yeah, that's we're gonna be continuing with that. And last time things went relatively well. We have evidently got our radiation suit. We got a high-capacity O2 tank, which doesn't help because, as I said last time, it's mainly based on how long I can hold my breath. Because as of now, I could probably hold my breath for 135 seconds, but it would not be easy. You know, usually, I think it's usually around like 90 seconds. That's my comfortable limit, and that it kind of varies day to day, I think. But yeah, we have the Sea Glide, we have a rebreather for later, we have radiation suits, although I don't think the rebreather's going to help that much either, because once again, we're not going to get even close to doing this amount of time anyway, so. And we have the repair tool, I think, to be able to get into the Aurora, which is right there. I think it just blew up, like, as one of the last things that happened last time. I was hoping to get the Seamoth before it blew up, but I was not nearly fast enough for that. So, I wanna try to get a Seamoth today, because the only way we're ever gonna get deeper is if we use a Seamoth, because, as I said, I have a limited amount of breath that I can utilize in real life. So even if in the game we had options like switching out O2 tanks or using the air bladder things to get some breath, or maybe even the brain corals if you're in a biome that has those, it's like I still wouldn't be able to dive that deep because my own breath can't replenish like it can in the game. So it's gonna be kind of difficult without a Seamoth. So we need a Seamoth, and I don't remember how to make one of those exactly. Did we ever get any blueprints for it? Let's check that, because we need we have the mobile vehicle bay. We only have 2 out of 3 of the Seamoth though, and we also don't even have enough for the beacon. That's unfortunate. So for this, it's pretty simple. I think the power cell is just 2 batteries duct taped together, and then lubricant I think we already have actually, and the titanium ingot, we have tons of titanium. So that alone is going to be easy. This we don't know yet. We need to find another piece of this. I think those are in the red grass fields, or at least I think that's where we found the other pieces of that. But it is night right now, so let's listen to this message while we wait for day.
This is Avery Quinn of Trading Ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do you read? Over?
We did bring back some of these.
Nothing but vacuum.
Take
These
some of those.
terrorist ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS, you offer to help, they don't pick up.
I should probably take this as
Aurora,
well.
I'm out on the far side of the system. It's going to take more than a week to reach your position. You still need our assistance. Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's going to have us blowing our credits running errands for Alterra. Let the long-range scans pick up in the meantime.
Okay. I forgot where my base was. I think it's over this way. We do have a constructed base. We're not actually living out of the escape pod anymore. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, so we just built above a volcanic thing, as you can tell. because it's fun, I guess, and we're gonna get thermal power going eventually. Can you really put that many into there? It's hard to tell. Oh yeah, evidently you can. I think those are all the marble melons. They're just tiny. That is very loud. I do have the game turned up further than I usually do, because I'm not going to be able to talk half the time, so might as well make it easier for you to actually hear the game itself while I'm not talking, because I'm going to be underwater holding my breath probably more than half the time. So, you know, might as well not just leave you waiting for that. So we have the lubricant, we've had that for a while. We have enameled glass that we can make from the stalker tooth we got by chance before. But let's look at the fabricator and see what we need for, like, right this second. Because we need to go get the other Seamoth fragment. We can make an ingot, which is something we'll need. Okay, we can actually make the whole thing of the mobile vehicle bay first. Because there's that, and then batteries, so that requires copper and these mushrooms. We need more of that though. Do we have? I don't think we have copper anywhere else. We'll need to go grab some. Okay, back out into it. Okay. I really do feel like I can't hold my breath as long as I could the first day. I think it's just going to be something that changes day to day. Why is the water so blue? Is that normal? Is that a... I guess it's just a graphical issue with this time of night. It's kind of showing what you're supposed to be seeing from the bottom. But it's not that bright out here, so... Okay. Okay, that's a problem. Hello, Mr. Stalker. Oh, I can scan you. I am trying to scan as much as I can. I don't think I'll try to scan everything in the game, like Leviathans included, but I'll try to scan as much as I can, if at all possible. But okay, we got some copper. We can head back to our volcano base and figure out what we're doing from there, because we just need... Oh, do we need silicone? Let's look at the blueprint again. We need silicone for power cell, right? Yeah, we don't have any of that. So for that, yeah, we just need a seed cluster. Those are some weird whale noises I was hearing. Those didn't sound like reefbacks. I don't know what those were. Okay, I didn't get a full breath in there, so that was a little scary, but we're fine. Because yeah, I try to even hold my breath when I accidentally dip below the surface, just as much as I can, which still makes for kind of scary things there. Power cell, right, which means we need to make another battery. Is the battery 1 or 2 copper? Only 1, okay, good. Then the power cell, very nice. Then deployable, there we go. Easy game. All right, and we'll just deploy that above our base for now. I know you can pick it up, so we'll just have it out there for the time being. Okay. No recipes available. Well, thank you. Okay. Okay. So next thing we have to do, how's our melons doing? They're fine. I don't know. We can't select them, so that probably means they're not done yet. We have to get the last piece of the Seamoth recipe. As I said, I believe that's over in the red area, which is difficult to get to because on my breath hold, like on this amount of breath, you can get down and back up from the red area pretty readily. But on my amount of breath, it's still a little rough. So we'll see how that goes. Also, the cured bladderfish does not look appealing. Oh boy. That's why we don't make any of those. Pathfinder, right, I looked at that. That's weird. I've never used that before. Maybe I should. Because once again, if we get stuck in a cave somewhere and I'm holding my own breath, we might just straight up die. I don't know. Luckily, I think the character, even on, I don't know if ultra high capacity tank would be, well, let's see, that's what, 235 seconds or something? 245? I don't remember. But it's somewhere a little over 200 seconds. So let's approximate that to the nearest number of minutes. That would be 120, 180, 240? Or like 4 minutes? Yeah, I think, I don't know if I could hold my breath for 4 minutes without being underwater. Because really, I think you can only go above like 2 minutes if you're physically forced to hold your breath by there not being air around you. If there's air around you, I don't think mentally you're able to hold your breath longer without some willpower of steel, which I do not have. But yeah, I do think even with the ultra high capacity tank, you wouldn't die if you were to hold your breath for the amount of time that the tank allows you to hold your breath for in the game. So we'd probably be fine. But let's head out to the red region again. Oh, we already have the laser cutter blueprint. That's nice. We need more cave sulfur for that, which I think we have some of that over in the storage right now, but we don't have diamonds, needless to say. So we're gonna go to the red place again, hopefully a different red biome. And I should drop off everything first. We have a lot of titanium. Did we make our titanium? No, we didn't. Because we just picked up some salvage there. There we go. All right, titanium. Get in there. We don't need you. All right, and then we can throw this into the miscellaneous. Same with the acid shrooms and the creature egg. We're going to keep the fish because they don't go bad and we're going to need them for food later. And then we can put the copper in here because we don't have copper storage yet. We will, eventually. Wood storage. Okay. Now that our inventory is mostly empty, we did use up that battery that we had, which means our Sea Glide might run out at some point. We might want to make a new battery. Let's do that real quick. Because we will eventually get a battery charger, so I don't want to make too many batteries, but we're going to need batteries for power cells anyways, so... And until then... No. Not that. Okay, I didn't know you could actually just right-click those and add them to the shopping list on there. Alright. We need water first before we go on an extended scanning mission, so we're gonna get some water. Okay, oh, and this is kind of a little surface indicator of where our base is. That's kind of nice. I'm going to have one of those eventually because I want to build like a ladder up to the surface. Just so that, you know, I don't have to hold my breath every time I come up here, but... Or get to the base, I can just kind of go in at the surface and then go down, but... Okay, water. You know, I know I mentioned this last time, but it really is much more immersive. Like, when you see the bubbles going up around your face and you're actually holding your breath, it does something to your brain. It really gets in there psychologically. Let me catch my breath for just a moment here. Okay, now we have plenty of food, plenty of water, have an extra battery, our Sea Glide, our scanner, everything we need. I don't know if radiation is going to be an issue right now. It might be. But we are going to be diving pretty deep. So we're going to have our rebreather on, and we're just going to move away from the Aurora to find the other red zones. I don't know where they are exactly, but we're going to try our best. Okay. Because, yeah, they change the position of your life pod every time. Okay, we have a life pod thing. Might as well grab that. Although, maybe not. I know the sunbeam only comes in when you listen to enough messages, and we're not really at the point that we can get to the sunbeam place. So we're gonna ignore the message for the time being. Hopefully the little indicator over there goes away. I don't know if it ever does, though. But okay. I know there's more safe shallows over here somewhere. Yeah. I think any of those tubes are safe shallows? I don't know. Let's peek under and check. Okay, I think I was already at that wreck before, but this is a red biome, so we're gonna pop down here and see if we can find anything else. Okay, we have a wreck below us, and I think there's another entrance to the jelly shroom cave right there. So, can you stop going under the water? It makes it hard to breathe. Okay, so we're gonna... Alright, then that makes it a little hard to see my inventory right now, but thank you, Wave, for... Alright, so we're just gonna pop down, probably with the sea glide so we can retain the most breath, and try to scan everything at that wreck. Hopefully there's a Seamoth fragment, because that's what we're looking for, so... Whew.
Near blueprint acquired.
Okay, Seamoth fragment gotten. Can we see what it takes to build it now? Yes, okay. None of that's too... I might actually have everything for that. Let's just pin that real quick and head back to the base. Mission accomplished, easy game. All right. And with the Seamoth, that will help a lot. I also need a beacon fragment. That's in the safe shallows, right? Stop pulling me under. I don't know why it does that. I think it's because we like go down a wave or something and then it gives us momentum downwards and then pushes us under the water. But I don't appreciate it. When, you know, anytime I go under the water, I have to hold my breath. Like that. And usually I haven't taken a breath in when it does that, so it is a little spooky. Me no likey. Okay. Man, you know, something I've realized is you can actually feel your heartbeat quite readily when holding your breath. I don't know why, but it's a little interesting.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Hey, our melons are done, I think. Nice. Although, I think we want to break... That's not the right button. How do I crouch? Can we not crouch? Hit it. Hit the melon. Melon assault, thank you. Now we can put a lot more in there. That's probably good for our health. Eat more melon. Okay, our melon farm is going swimmingly. Which is funny, because this game is all about swimming. Okay, we need 2 batteries, which is 2 copper, 4 mushrooms. We don't have 4 mushrooms, and that's gold. Alright, so we gotta go get 2 more mushrooms. And we need the silicone rubber for the power cell. And then we'll need enough titanium for one of these. I don't know how much it is, so let's grab a bunch. Make one of these to take, you know, get inventory space back, and then we need two glass, which I think we have exactly 2 glass in, maybe more, I don't know. We have glass somewhere, and we have the lubricant. I believe we have lead, and the power cell we already have going, so that'll be easy. Okay, titanium, go in there. Thank you. And then, yeah, glass. Oh, we have much more glass. Okay. We got the glass, and now we just need the lubricant from over here. Oh, we needed to use the lubricant for the other thing, didn't we? I forgot about that. Okay, we're gonna need to go grab another lube. But that's fine. Where do we keep our lead? Was that in here? It has to be, yeah. Okay. We have everything we need. We're gonna make the power cell and then go grab the lube. Oh yeah, and we need the mushrooms. Okay, so we need 2 mushrooms and a seed stack. Okay, and there weren't any mushrooms over there, so we'll have to go over here for that. Okay. Now, battery. Did it say that I could make a power? Did I make one too many batteries? Oh, I did. Oh, yeah, because I kept a spare battery on me for the Sea Glide. That's fine. Still need the spare battery. Okay. And then lube. There we go. That's everything for the Seamoth. We can also make titanium. Because why not? You know, I still don't know how respawning things works in this game. Like how resources respawn and everything like that. Okay. You know, it took a lot less time to get this than I thought it would. I thought this whole stream would be trying to get the Seamoth. But, here we go. Why are the lights on already?
But remember that
Alright.
swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
True. I mean, I'll still have to do plenty of swimming. Alright.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, Seamoth time. Now we need a moon pool. Do we have the blueprint for the moon pool yet? No. Evidently we have none of the blueprint for the moon pool. I thought we would have at least one piece of it. But maybe that's deeper down. Maybe that's it's probably way deeper down. Okay. But there's one location I want to go with the Seamoth here. I think I want to get a beacon first. Because I'd like to be able to put a beacon at all the big landmarks, like the entrances to the jelly shroom caves, each of my bases. This base probably won't need one, although maybe it will, because it is right next to the life pod. So we probably don't need a beacon right next to the base. I can probably just go to the life pod and then find the base from the life pod pretty easily. Because, you know, you're at the life pod, you look towards the ship, you look a bit right, there's the base. So it's pretty easy. But I would like a beacon at the entrance to the jelly shroom caves, if at all possible. And since that's the next place we're going, it would be nice to, you know, be able to put it there while we're there. But we still need to scan one, and I don't know where they drop. So, and I looked around the shallows a bit. I've been scanning everything, but none of them have been beacons. So, I don't know. We're gonna not take the Seamoth. Okay, there's no exiting animation. That's good to know. But we just gotta roam around the safe shallows for a bit and see if we can't find more blueprints. I can't imagine the beacon would be a higher level blueprint that would require a different biome. Maybe kelp forest would be, you know, the most intense place I could imagine a beacon blueprint being. But you know, we got one of them already. So let's just check around.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay. We actually found an infected infected bladderfish and managed to scan it. What did that do for us exactly? Because I don't think I've ever scanned an infected creature before. There we go. This organism is displaying signs of a bacterial infection. Bright green blisters are forming networks around the infection sites. Pathology suggests a waterborne bacterium capable of penetrating the body through the skin and respiratory system. Underlying indications of genetic mutation and aggressive behavior. The bacterium itself is unlike any so far recorded in human exploration. Warning, may be contagious, avoid. Do not under any circumstances consume the flesh. I wonder what happens if you do. I wonder... I don't know. I don't know. I've never done it, because you'd have to be kind of dumb. But what would happen if you saw a fish that was glowing green with pustules and were just like, delectable? Like, it would be interesting to see. Anyways, we didn't find the beacon. We're picking up all the metal, though, so that's nice. Okay. So we're getting to a kelp biome. I guess we're gonna jump down into there and see if we can't, I don't know, do something. Find the beacon fragments in that area. I don't know if that's where it is, but we're gonna try. And it's always sea glide fragments. They really want me to have that sea glide, don't they? But I already have one, so I don't need it. Okay. I can't find beacons anywhere, so we're just gonna do without. It's fine. You know, it would be nice to set one up while we're there, but we just need to get down into the jelly shroom caves and start picking up those high-end resources. Because I think you get lithium down there, and that's what we need to make our base bigger. Plus, maybe moonpool fragments as well, which would be very nice for us. So we'll go do that with our Seamoth here. But we need to drop off our resources first. Okay. You guys are still doing fine. Resource drop off. So we can go over here and put anything we don't need into there, which isn't a whole lot. Then we can turn all this into titanium, because we like having titanium. Do we have a lot? Apparently. Okay. Let's see. So titanium's in there. And man, we got a lot of titanium, which is good. We need a lot of it to build our bases. We have enough food for now. We should be fine. Okay, you know, for how much those volcanic vents scare me, I chose to build my base right over one. Aren't I a genius? Alright, well, our first major excursion with the Seamoth. Hopefully it does not go horribly. But you see, this is why I want the beacon, because I know the general direction of the jelly shroom entrance. I don't know its exact whereabouts, though. I'm worried there it is. I'm always worried I'm gonna, like, pass right over it on accident. Radiation detected. That's bad. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter until we get out of the Seamoth, but still. If this place is radiation-y, then we're gonna need to clear up the Aurora before we can do anything about that. But we need the laser cutter before we can clean up the Aurora, right? Or do we? Do you just need the radiation suit and the repair tool? I don't quite remember. And I think they give you fire extinguishers there, so I don't need to go back and grab it. I could just go to the Aurora. Let's just double check here.
Warning, maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
The conditions in this cave support a microcosm of unique, possibly predatory life forms. Detecting an artificial structure somewhere in the region. 36.
Okay, I don't know where my Seamoth got sent to. Does it still exist? Did it just die randomly? Because it wasn't at its crush depth yet. At least as far as I could tell. I left it like at 200, or I think 199 when I got out. I'm assuming maybe one of the crab things got to it, but it's a little scary when you're that far down and then you're looking around for your Seamoth and you literally just cannot find it. I would like to go back down and see what the heck happened to it though, because I didn't even hear it getting attacked or anything. It was just silence the whole time. I was just scanning things. I don't even know. It was just gone when I looked back up. There was nothing there. So I guess I'm gonna go down and look at the bottom to see if there's wreckage or if it just despawned. Because there's no beacon for it anywhere in the world. So, but I should be able to hold my breath long enough to go down and then back up with the Sea Glide. I don't know. Okay, I could have sworn the entrance was like right here, but apparently we gotta find it first because I evidently moved around a lot. I didn't even remember doing that. My sense of direction is not very good in the ocean. We can put this on for the time being. Okay. Well, we have 20% power on this. That should be plenty. But where the heck did the Seamoth go? What happened to it exactly? I have no idea. We're gonna go down and see, I guess. Yeah, I have no idea where it went. There was no wreckage down there. I don't know if it ever does it leave a wreckage? I thought it would. So yeah, I don't know what happened to it. It's like did the peeper just get stuck on a floater? I don't know what to tell you. It just despawned. My only explanation that I can think of is that somehow when I got out of it, because I got out of it at 199, I'm pretty sure. Somehow when I got out of it, maybe I accidentally bumped it and it moved it technically down to its crush depth and it just never warned me after that. And then it just exploded without making any noise or leaving any wreckage right there. Either that or it just despawned out of existence. Those are my only two theories. Or it could be a mixture of the theories, like maybe the crab worm, crab eel, spider crab. I don't remember what they're called. Big worm things. Maybe one of those bumped it and attacked it while it was sitting there. They usually don't attack it to death because it was at full health when I left. We just made it. So obviously it couldn't have just bumped it once or twice and destroyed it without me noticing. But it might have bumped it down, putting it into its crush depth, and then the crush depth finished it off once again, somehow without me hearing anything. Because I wasn't even talking. I can't. It's underwater. I'm holding my breath. I'm making no noise, and yet there was zero warning, zero sound. I didn't hear it explode or anything. It was just gone. And as I said, it didn't even leave wreckage. Isn't it supposed to leave wreckage? I thought it would. I thought they did. So you could like reclaim something from the broken ship, but I have no idea. I have no idea what happened to it. It was just gone. So that's fun. I'm going to assume that it wasn't just that it despawned. I'm going to assume that I just accidentally put it too close to the crush depth and something happened to it that bumped it down into the crush depth. Either maybe it was still kind of drifting when I got out of it and I didn't notice, and it kind of just ended up floating right that last couple meters down under 200, and then that was close enough for it to start taking damage and then just died before I got there, and then once again somehow didn't leave any wreckage or give me any warning that it was happening. I have no idea. But it's not that expensive to make, so I guess we're just gonna make another one and hope for the best. We need 2 seed clusters, 2 copper, 4 mushrooms, titanium, and a lead. And some glass, but we already have the glass, I think. So yeah, that's not very much. The blueprint itself is the hardest part to get. So let's grab the mushrooms from around here, because we're already up here. Okay, and then we need to go grab the seed clusters, which we need, I think, 2 of, because we need 1 for the lubricant, 1 for the silicone rubber. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
But you know, luckily, that wasn't the right button. Can we just put this back in? We can, but it's now bigger for some reason. Hit it. Thank you. Hit those. Hit them, please. Thank you. I hate that I can't crouch. That I know of. I don't think there's a crouch button in this game, but these are just so tiny that it's like you can't hit them. How am I supposed to hit these when I can't hit them? Let's try just taking them out and putting them back in. They are higher up now, but there we go. You need to be at like a very specific angle and direction and height, or else it just does not let you hit them. There we go. Thank you. Jeez. Now we're able to fill this thing fully with those. Good. And we already ate enough to be good in that way. So do we have enough copper? We have a little copper. Do we have more copper in here? Yes. Okay. We need 1 lead. We need the glass. Okay, now here we need to make 1 rubber. It'll make 2 rubber, but that's fine. The lubricant. And then 2 batteries. I could just get away with making 1 battery, but I still want a spare battery. Especially with the Seamoth just dying on us, apparently. That it's apparently pretty important to have a sea glide to get you out of those deep water situations. just in case. And then all we need is the titanium, which once again, I don't remember how much this takes. So we're just going to grab a lot and put back the rest. Takes 10. Okay. I don't know exactly how many I grabbed. Was that 10? It was 13. Okay. But we have enough to make another one. Okay. But I swear, if I go back down there and it's just sitting there, and I just somehow like missed it every other time that I was there, then I'm gonna be kind of upset. But I guess then I'll have 2 Seamoths, so we'll have a spare one in case. I don't know. But man, yeah, I don't know. None of my vessels have ever just spontaneously combusted like that, you know?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
All right, we're gonna keep this well above the crush depth this time, just way up there. I am used to having depth modules in these things, so it is a bit weird having it just at 200 being the crush depth, but we gotta go back down there. I mean, we didn't get any lithium, anything else that spawns down there. I actually don't know all the resources that spawn down there. I know lithium for sure, but aside from that, I don't quite remember. Where's the entrance? Here it is. Okay, we were right on top of it. And what's this? It looks like a laser cutter. I don't know, something like that. Okay. Kerthunk. So we'll just drop down here. And Kerthunk, okay. We'll just keep it at 180. Just to be safe. Because apparently I went too far down. I thought it would have some leeway around 200, but no, it really evidently did not. But this should be low enough down that it can be a good spot. We're gonna move deeper into the biome though. Just so that, but yeah, keep this near the ceiling. Just in case. Just so that that doesn't happen again. Alright. Well, good luck to me.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Remember that materials you gather are the property of the All-Terra Corporation. You will be liable to reimburse the full market price. Your current bill stands at 3 million credits. Seconds.
It's good that my Seamoth was still there this time and didn't spontaneously combust for no reason. Okay, and there's still that platform over there. I think there's a couple scannables at it. But let's catch our breath first. We got, yeah, we got diamonds, gold, lithium, magnetite. I could use more lithium because I need a lot of it for reinforcements here, which pretty much every base needs at some point when you're making it big enough. We also need moon pool fragments, which I don't know where you get those. I'm assuming deeper down, probably not in the caves if it's not in here, because this is the only cave you'd be able to really get to without a modification to your, you know, your Seamoth or what have you, which, speaking of which, we almost have this and this. Still no battery charger, but the power cell charger would be good enough for me. Technically, a moon pool is kind of a power cell charger, isn't it? Yeah, because you could just put a like an empty power cell into a Seamoth while it's in the moon pool, and then it would charge up the power cell, right? So I'm assuming that this is completely unnecessary unless you're, you know, using like a Cyclops and you need to power, like, you need to recharge multiple of these at a time. But yeah, we need to go back out there, find the last modification station fragment, which I assume is down here somewhere. Probably gather up a lot more of the diamonds and lithium, and especially magnetite. I don't remember what you need that for. It's something important. Some tool somewhere around here that requires it. Not you. Yeah. Oh yeah, we have the diamonds for you now, so we could actually make a cutter. But what was it that required magnetite? I don't remember. It was the compass, because there's magnet in the name. I don't know. Maybe we just don't have the recipe for it yet. But there's something we need magnetite for. It's very important. Believe you me. But all right, let's go grab more of that.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay. That was a bit of a long one there. Okay.
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Ow. And radiation. Of course it is. We really need to fix the Aurora at some point. But we can actually be in our Seamoth around here. Oh, there's an infected one of those. Interesting.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
was not able to scan it, sadly. I kind of want to. It would be a lot easier just to wait for the stasis rifle, but... You know, only wimps need the stasis rifle. Real men just go out there and box the frickin' crab thing. Crab snake, I think is what it was called. Okay. Okay, we got him. Okay. Ugh. It is a bit more disconcerting when you're, you know...
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Yeah, this thing is really, like, close to its max depth in here, which is not fun. Okay. Now I just need to get out of here and get back to the base.
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Okay, next stop would be the Aurora. I think I'll make the laser cutter just in case we need it. We have all the ingredients now with the diamonds. And then we need to find depth modules, which I think you get the first depth module in the Aurora. So that will be nice. Alright, our base is over here. Sadly, we didn't find the modification station thing in there. It might still be in there somewhere, and I just don't know where to look. But we do not have it, so that is unfortunate. We need to keep... not silver. We need 2 diamonds for that, and put all the rest of this away. I need to make more of these lockers eventually. But let's see. What else do we need for the cutter? We need the... oh, just a cave sulfur. Okay. We have that. We have plenty of that. And laser cutter. Alright, and that's about everything we need for going to the Aurora then. Alright. But we're out of battery. No, we still have a battery. Okay. So that's good. Just in case we need to use our Sea Glide. There will be a Leviathan, and that's not going to be fun. But what do we need for medikit fabricator? A lot of things. Okay. We're not gonna worry about that right now. Then we'll just get the one from the life pod.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the life pod, grab the healing kit, and then head to the Aurora, and do our best, I guess. Okay. Because yeah, we can get fire extinguisher from here, one of these from here, and then just head out there. I'm not looking forward to it, because fixing the Aurora is always one of those scary things that you just kind of have to do at the start of any run. But we'll do it. And what do you have to say?
Land pre-recorded distress call.
This is Officer Keenan, Light Pod 19.
Ah, that one. Okay.
The captain is gone. I have assumed command.
Okay, thank
The
you.
last thing the captain did was give me coordinates for dry land. We regroup 1.5 kilometers southwest of the crash site. Stay together and good luck.
Okay.
This message will now repeat.
So which way is the Aurora?
Coordinates
Right here?
corrupted.
Yes.
Transmission origin coordinates downloaded.
Okay, we do have radiation suit on. We have a health kit. We have a beeper. We have some water. I think we'll be alright for a short jaunt over there.
Uploaded to PDA.
We just need to not get got by the frickin' Leviathan. That is the main goal here, is fix Aurora without getting killed. I mean, if we do get killed, it's not the end of the world, I guess, but, no, we got another thing, another message, but we'll have to check that later. We have important things to do. And we need to be really at the front of it to get in, I think. I don't really want to be right next to the Aurora until we get to where we can actually enter, because, you know, Reapers. I don't know exactly where they spawn, but, I know wherever that is a place I don't want to be, so. Yes, Reefbacks, you're very scary, I understand. Alright, we're almost to the front. Oh, that's one of the, life pods. Let me, investigate this.
Integrating new PDA data.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that.
Integrating new PDA
Yep, and we're
data.
real close to the front, so we can probably start heading in. We're gonna have to dodge a Reaper somewhere around here. There she blows. Alright, hopefully I can just squeeze in right here and kind of beach the
Life form readings in this region are
the
sparse.
Seamoth up on this
The Aurora
ramp here so it can't be gotten while
will
I'm not
have
there.
devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next
Out of the way,
24
spider
hours.
guy. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Warning, ship's structural
Ugh.
integrity is low.
Let's make sure. Okay, you didn't take any damage from that. Good. Are you trying to hurt my ship? How dare you?
At your own risk.
Okay. I don't know why you're just walking through the Seamoth there, but alright. Okay, Aurora time. Everyone loves the Aurora, doesn't they? Don't they? I certainly don't. Do I have stamina? I don't think I have stamina. I think I can just sprint forever. Because, you know, the game wasn't made for you to be on land, so they didn't really account too much for it. There's a lot of these guys around.
Caution. Scans show the digestive tracts of nearby life forms contain human tissues.
You don't say. Okay, they're effing right off. It's giving me plenty of medkits, which I appreciate. Am I supposed to be going over here? I think so. I don't quite remember the exact route in, but I'm doing my best to guesstimate. All right, yeah, there's one of them fire extinguishers, but that's a health kit we could use. We already have one of these. We will need the repair. We won't need the Seamoth while we're up here, or the Sea Glide. Yeah, you better run. Ooh. Ow. Alright, I don't think we can put out all the fires. We'll just put out the ones in our way. Even though, you know, it'd be nice to be able to put them all out and never have to worry about it.
Integrating new
That's
PDA
loud.
data.
But thank you.
Aurora systems
All
are
right,
running
I
on
think-
local reserve power.
I think you can
Unable to
parkour
remotely
this, can't you?
download Black box data.
I know you're kind of supposed to have like the propulsion cannon for it, but I'm pretty sure I've seen people, yeah, just do that and just kind of manage to hop over. Yeah, like that. Easy. Oh, but we need one of these. What was it? Nah, okay, I thought we needed to go into a thing. What was it? 1454? Wow. I cannot believe I actually remembered that. I mean, I've watched some Subnautica playthroughs recently, and they all had to come here and put in the code on the door. But I am notoriously bad at remembering codes and other such things. I can barely remember birthdays. So for my brain to actually have retained that information for any amount of time, that is, especially that long, is very impressive to me. But okay, we're in. Hacker voice, just, I'm in. Alright, this is just the storage bay, isn't it? So this isn't really anywhere vitally important, I don't think. PDA data.
Integrating new PDA data.
Thank you, you're very loud. I don't know why like half the time she's like double the volume of all the other times that she talks, but you know, if that's what she wants to do, then I guess we need to be supportive of her. Is that everything that was in here? Was that everything? I mean, I guess the PDA isn't nothing, and we got some good survival items. Can't scan the forklift. Okay, there's a down. Ow. Weird that we can scan them from that distance. But yeah, there's some of these losers in here. Try to scan and then kill. Are you dead? Yeah, you're dead. Okay. Good, we're getting some water. That was kind of the last thing we needed here. You need to be cut open, it looks like. Okay, I forgot I was supposed to be holding my breath under the water here, because it's just so shallow, my brain didn't even really count it as water. Why did that unload? This is weird water. Anyway, we'll go back to holding our breath.
Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Okay. We're fine. Alles gut. Repair this. And it said this was the prawn suit bay, so I guess we're going and getting the prawn suit. I wasn't really planning on getting the prawn suit while I was here, but I'm not gonna complain. You know, just while we're in the neighborhood. Do I need to get rid of the fire here? Scan? Yeah. Alright. Prawn suit. Somehow obliterated the entire prawn suit out of existence. I don't know how that works, but we're not going to question it.
Picking up a faint
suit.
black box signature originating on the other side of the hull breach in this room.
Oh, fun. Black box signature. Parkour. Alright. I know there's one more prawn suit fragment underwater, or I guess there as well. So we're gonna have to grab those. How much room do we have? Landing, okay. That's a lot of fire. Do we have anything in here? Yeah, there's something in here. It can have that fire as a treat. But a vending machine we need. Gotta scan everything. I wonder how many unique scans there are in the game.
Blueprint acquired.
And if there's like a mod that'll help you keep track of all of those.
Blueprint acquired.
Counter. Okay, thank you.
PDA integrating new PDA data.
Thank you for being loud. Oh, there you go again. Ooh, yes.
New blueprint acquired.
Definitely need the poster. 200%. Can I open this?
Acquired.
Nope. Alright. Single wall shelf. Definitely needed. Ow.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay. And over here, supply room. Lots of water. Alright, I think that's everything in here. Let's drink some of this water to, you know, give us some inventory space there, because we have a lot of things now. Who knew that a colony vessel with possibly thousands of people on board would end up having a lot of food and water? I would have never guessed. Single bed. Same, bro. Although I actually have a queen size bed, so I think that would be considered a double bed.
New blueprint
But you know,
acquired.
you get what I'm saying. Yeah, see?
Integrating new PDA data.
Like when I scan something, it's like banana. But then when I grab a PDA, it's just like the freaking, what is it, THX opening screen just blasting your eardrums out. Like why is that? Why is it so much louder when I grab a PDA than when I actually scan at something? Because that seems weird. Carry all. I don't need it. Okay. Not PDA data. Nothing to scan. Everything. Oh, wait. Natural selection 2 poster. Sure. I like posters. That's our inventory filled up. Alright. Can we actually go in there? Kinda looks like I can go in there. Alright, thank you. Ow. Ears hurt.
Integrating new PDA data.
Battery. So do these... I don't think that you can actually carry those while they have loot in them. They give you a lot of them. Disinfected water. Didn't we bring a peeper? Did we already eat that? I guess we did. Alright, we don't really need a nutrient block. So we're just gonna have to leave the rest of the stuff here. If we ever need a bunch more random batteries and disinfected waters, we can come back. But as of right now, that's is not strictly necessary. I swear I put you out. Did that fire respread? It's unfortunate. Can you refill the fire extinguishers, or is there like a limited amount of juice that they have? I think maybe the stand in the life pod maybe refills it. I don't remember though. All right, blueprint. Let's just check under here real quick. Okay, nothing important under there as far as I saw. So I guess we're heading out to somewhere. Okay, now drive room. I think that's where we need to be, right?
The drive machine sustained internal damage during collision. Do not attempt repair without appropriate qualifications.
I'm qualified because I say so.
Warning, local radiation. At maximum tolerable level. Containment breach.
Well, I'm glad that it's tolerable.
Breaches
Oh, that's the Cyclops module. We're still gonna want to pick that up. Oh, we can apparently scan these. Thank you.
Containment breach repaired.
Can I scan this?
Breaches detected.
Nope. But we're gonna need to do something about that. I'm just gonna shove a bunch of that in our face. I don't know what the downside is of going above your, you know, twice per legal minute with the food, but I don't know. All right, now for some underwater breaches.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. 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 Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Oh, okay. We're fine. We're fine.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
You know, I don't know where this last breach is. I don't see any more sparks. Usually they had all those sparks coming out of them. But I'm not seeing anything like that anymore. Maybe they don't spark if they're up on the surface? Maybe there's a surface one over here. It says there's still a breach somewhere. So that's confusing. But we'll check around again. Okay, easy.
Drive core breach sealed. Radiation.
We got the efficiency module, right? Yeah. All right. Well, that's everything here. We didn't get a depth module like I wanted, but you get out of here. All right. And I think that's about everything. We could try to get the spaceship, but I really don't remember what the code for that was. So we might just get out of here now that the radiation has been dealt with for the most part. Ah. Another Seamoth fragment. There's a big old thing of titanium. Alright. Aha! Jonathan, you're banging my daughter. Okay. I don't know why. Every time my brain hears someone either say haha or aha, it just immediately starts like adding in the ha ha ha, Jonathan, you are banging my daughter meme. I don't know why. It's just such a good meme. That dropped them, not eating them. Wrong click. There we go. Okay, Seamoth depth fragment. There we go.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay. Well, let's just backtrack and get out of here. We'll come back for the spaceship eventually. I don't know when we're gonna be ready to leave, but not right now, that's for sure. I actually don't even know how to get to the captain's quarters. I mean, we kind of checked everywhere that was down there. It might be a different route from up here. I don't quite remember. Let's see, because that's outside. What about over here? Because I don't know, maybe I'll remember this code too. Probably not, but you never know. You know, miracles have happened. Maybe it'll give me the code. We'll have to see. Loud.
Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Wait, was that it right there? I think it was, actually. Was it? Where is it? Ooh, thermal plant. Yeah, we'll need to grab grab some scans of that, because that's some good stuff. And there's the efficiency module. Prawn suit, we just got that. Creature decoy, we still don't have a beacon. I don't know how to make a beacon. But we'll get there eventually. So yeah, it doesn't look like we got spaceship. So it must be somewhere else. I don't know where else. But not here. Let's see. What did those databanks say about stuff? Codes and clues. Ah, okay, so this is that. Note to self. Yeah, 1454, that's where you get the cargo bay thing. Cabin number 1. Robot suit, prawn suit. I actually didn't even need the code for the prawn bay. I just repaired a thing. I'm pretty sure. So that's weird. But okay. Public documents. I don't know. I can't see much because of the fire. I'm gonna change our point of view here so we can actually see what we're looking at here. Okay. What was the... Because I'm pretty sure we have to get into the captain's quarters. And one of these has something for that, if I remember correctly. I probably just don't even have the thing for it yet, though. Data downloads, Aurora survivors. Okay. Nah, none of that was it. Wasn't any of those. It wouldn't be in the Degassi. So yeah, that's it's none of them. That is unfortunate. We have voice logs, but that's just what it's been yelling at us about. So I don't think that was it. Oh hey. Inventory full. I want the thing. We're just gonna drop a titanium for it. You gotta get the posters while you're here. I mean, come on. I have a base to put those up in. Alright, time to go back into Reaper-infested waters again. Not looking forward to it, but we have the blueprints of everything we're gonna need for quite some time from here, so I am none too worried about that. We could just jump down, but I don't want to. In this kind of an area, I'm way too worried about there being like one piece of salvage that's just, you know, sticking up out of the water, and I'm gonna land directly on that. You know, it reminded me, that reminds me of a long time ago. Really, really long time ago. I was playing Minecraft with one of my friends, and we had this, like, this little outcrop of beach that naturally formed that way.
Welcome aboard,
And it was...
Captain.
Hi. It was just this tiny little one block, like, jutting out portion of sand. And, you know, of course, we called it the sand penis, because we were, like, 13 at the time, and that's our humor. It's still my humor, so I'm not gonna say that I've grown past that, because that would be a lie. But, yeah, so one time, when I think I was jumping off the base, because we were building, like, a tower or something, and I jumped off the base to try to land in the water and, you know, not die. And, of course, I landed and died directly on that one block sand penis that was just jutting out into the water. And it was hilarious, because out of everywhere I could have landed, of course I landed right there. So that's what I'm worried about, you know? Is if I jump off the Aurora, I'm gonna land directly on a piece of metal that's just jutting out of somewhere and die. And then my Seamoth is gonna be stranded over the Aurora, and I'm gonna have to swim there past the Reaper, and that would not be fun. So we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna risk that one. Ever. At all. But we got a lot of stuff out of it, and we can decorate our base with all those posters, which is always gonna be great for our health. And then we have the lithium to make the reinforcements, which means we can expand our base a bit. We still need more blueprint things for the thermal, so we can't make that yet, which is unfortunate. But not that we're having any power issues as of yet. We need the moon pool. I don't know where we get that. We need the modification station, which might be further down in the jelly shroom caves. I wanted to grab the third research of that before leaving there, because I assumed it was somewhere down there, but I didn't end up finding that. So we might just go to other places and other wrecks to, you know, get that stuff. But first, let's go into here again. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now let's go in here and just put up our posters, and this is gonna be our like contemplation room for the moment. Can I? Yeah, I can put them on here. Okay, curse. First and foremost, we're gonna have you just right somewhere essentially in the middle. There we are. And then we'll have the other poster kind of just somewhere over here. And then the prawn suit poster right about over here or so. There we go. Our contemplation room has been completed. I mean, we could probably use some other things, like maybe some potted plants or some such, but it's fine. I'm sure that's enough for now. Ooh, but we have the laser cutter, so we can actually start cutting our way into some wrecks as well. So that should be a priority. You're already full. So we're gonna throw most of these nutrient blocks in here. We're gonna, I guess, keep a couple of the necessities. A couple of the first aids. We can put in these fragments here because... Oh, we did get the Seamoth Death module right there. Good. Great, even. Maybe even amazing. That's a lot of batteries. We do not need that many batteries. Nor the power cell, or the rubber. Okay, put the titanium in here. There we go. We can put the death module in the Seamoth. The rest is all our tools and stuff. We won't need these after a little bit, but we'll keep them on just for now because I don't think the radiation's cleared up just yet. That takes like 3 days or something. So we'll just leave them on for the time being. Okay. Now I know that there is a wreck kind of just over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Okay. So maybe we'll be able to go in there and do stuff. What is over here? Are you a thing? No, you're not. Okay. Is that a cuttable door? Or just a regular? That might just be a regular door. Ow. I don't know. We'll check this door.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency. Integrating new PDA data.
Okay. We cut our way in. I just gotta catch my breath before we do the final investigation of that place. Yeah, and our food has been above 100 for a good while now. I kind of assumed maybe it was that it can go above 100, but then it'll go down quickly until it hits 100, and then it'll go down at the regular rate. I don't know, but it seems to be going down at a regular pace, even above 100. I don't know what that does for us. Or does against us, more like it. But we'll head back in. Caught my breath, so...
Acquired. New blueprint acquired.
Okay. Well then, that is very good. We got battery chargers, which is a plus for sure. Have I scanned that? Okay. Well, then we need to find more wrecks. The reef backs are very loud. Now we can go down to 300 meters, which is great for us. This place looks scary and I don't like it. Hello. I haven't scanned you, but I don't really have to. Get out of here. We'll have plenty of time to scan them later, I'm sure. Oh, Grand Reef, that's what that place is. I don't know if there's any Leviathans there. I don't quite remember. You know, Leviathans can be pretty much anywhere if you aren't familiar with the game. You just kind of have to assume that they're all over the place, all the time, and you're gonna die. So we're gonna stick to mostly the safe biomes. You know, we're gonna find all the easily accessible wrecks out here, and then deal with those deeper biomes later when I've manned up a little bit. Probably won't happen, let's be honest. Alright, we got another wreck out here, and I'm pretty sure the red biomes never have any Leviathans in them, as far as I've seen. Alright, but that's a cut door, so we can go in there.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Blueprint acquired. "30 seconds. Oxygen.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. Oh, don't be so dramatic. I was holding my breath with you. And I was fine. Alright, well that was a great time. How's our inventory doing? Very full, because I keep scanning all the things we already have. You know, it's free titanium. I'm not going to say no to free titanium. I mean, come on. But yeah, we gotta get back to the base, drop off all this titanium, and then go find more wrecks. I don't know where more are, exactly. I guess we could also go and investigate life pods. I think those have recipes at them sometimes too, so that might be worthwhile. But man, some of those wrecks, I mean, having to cut open all the doors, it makes it hard to hold your breath that long. Where's the base? Over here. Okay. Okay. We're fine. Everything's fine. Marble melons. Give me your water. Thank you. Are those regrowing? No, you need to get the seeds every time. We'll do that later. Alright, so we're here to turn in some titanium. We have another lead to put over here. That's full. Okay. Good. Okay. So more wrecks. I can't really see anything at night, but it should be day soon. I don't know if having the lights on actually drains the battery faster. You would think it would. So I usually keep them off unless I need them. We'll just kind of ride around. I mean, we got plenty of power, plenty of repair tool. Is it an eclipse? Or is it just night? Because I could have sworn it was getting lighter for a second there. I thought it was turning day. Well, what do I know? Usually not a whole lot. That's the answer to that. Alright, there is the giant gaping orifice. Very nice. We all like it when there's one of those, I'm sure. Let's see, where are the wrecks? Are there any wrecks in the kelp biomes? It'd be hard to know, because they're, you know, they'd be hidden away pretty readily by all the kelp. Alright, red biome is safe-ish. Let's just try looking around in here for another thing. That is a wreck, but not one we can, like, go inside of. But close enough.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired.
Okay. Now we can go over here. There's a bit more wreckage this way. Okay, that looks like reactor fragment, maybe?
Seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if there was actually a way to go in there, in that vent. Maybe. Let's catch our breath and try it again, I suppose. Inventory's pretty much full, but that's just fine. Do we have a flashlight on us? I don't think so. I think this is the closest thing to a flashlight we have. Yeah, so that vent doesn't seem to go anywhere, really. Ah, Mushroom Forest. I think this place is also safe from Leviathans. It's a bit deeper, though, so we might find some good research and other such things here if we can find any of that. That would be great for me. Like you, what be you?
New blueprint acquired. The biomass in this area is dominated by plant life, picking up faint or terror vehicle signatures.
Okay. We found where we get the moon pool fragments from. That is good. I'll try to find another one of those and then head back because our inventory's pretty full. Oh wait, the Seamoth. No, the Seamoth doesn't have an inventory until you actually get the upgrade for that, doesn't it?
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, do we have any inventory space? We have a little bit. Because there's one other resource that's around here that isn't really anywhere else, as far as or I guess you can get in a couple places, but it's easiest to get here. I think it's at one of the big trees, like this one. And it's the little, ow, one of the little gel things. And we could grab a few of those and have a head start on that. Is that one infected? Well, that's interesting. Nothing here. Alright. Don't mind me. Coming through. Excuse me. Just bumping my way through here. It's fine. Because yeah, I think it's just on the big mushroom trees, but only specific ones in specific areas, as far as I've seen. They're hard to find. I'm just bumping into everything at this rate. You see, this is why I don't drive much. This is why I don't go driving around. Oh, hi. I didn't even mean to come here. I just showed up. Oh, that's the big tree, I think. All right, well, I mean, we're here.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Not a whole lot of exploration to be done there. Just a PDA to blow our eardrums out. Alright, I do think it's at this tree somewhere, but we have things to scan.
blueprint acquired.
Okay. We're good. That was very productive. We got the gel, we got the modification station, we got the moon pool. All very important things to have. So I am happy with that trip. And and we got the battery thing as well, I'm pretty sure. We got a lot. So we'll head back. Apparently 1,000 meters. I did not know I went that far out, but now that we have the moon pool, it doesn't matter because we can just recharge it. Once we make the moon pool, you know, that's still something we gotta do. You can't just recharge it by having the blueprint, but I'm pretty sure they're fairly cheap, right? I think the hardest part is gonna be finding a place to attach it onto my base at. Which, you know, it shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully. We'll figure it out. But I'll probably make the moon pool and dock the Seamoth in it, and then maybe make the modification station if we can, if we have the resources, and then call it a day. Because it is especially taxing to stream for longer than 2 hours when you're holding your breath for like 80% of the stream. So, you know, it isn't something you're, I guess, supposed to do for prolonged periods of time. But it's fine. You know, we're making it through it pretty easy. Aside from that one time that our Seamoth just died on us, which, you know, we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen again. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. And it'll be great. We were really far out there, jeez. Alright, where's our base? If only I had a beacon fragment, so I could put a beacon there. Is it over here? Yes, okay. Now let me look at what this costs. Moon, what do you cost? Computer chip, diamond. Ah, that's easy. I think we have a spare diamond somewhere. Power transmitter expands the range of a power source. Alright. Probably useful for thermal stuff, I assume. Scanner room upgrades. Right, we did get the scanner room as well. So that's great. What else do we have? Where's the moon pool? Did I pass it by? I guess I did. Let's see. Moon pool, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that's cheap. That's easy. We should have enough for that. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I should have pinned it. Pin that. Okay. So, do we have lube sitting around somewhere? No, we do have. We can't do anything here. Let's throw these in there. Some of the spare water as well, because we have a lot of it. And now that's full. Great. We'll take the lead, put the salt in there. We really need to actually have more, you know, inventory things made here. I'm just being lazy and not expanding it. Because I'm wanting to have a, you know, a place for each of these materials. Alright, we need 2 of those, and we're gonna need to go grab one of the seed things. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that should be it. We don't need any glass for it, we just need the lube. Alright. acquired. And I accidentally grabbed the second one, so we're just gonna make it into a second lube, because why not? Alright, and we can throw the second lube out here. Actually, what did we need for modification station if I'm gonna be making one of those? Does that require lube? No. Diamond, titanium, computer chip. Okay, computer chip requires table coral. We can see if we have a spare diamond in here somewhere. We do indeed. Okay. Put the gold in there. Okay, yeah. I have everything for that. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. We need to make reinforcement, which I was thinking of doing before. I didn't assume the moon pool would cause any issues. But that just requires wherever we put our lithium. Because we were preparing for this, we just didn't anticipate the moon pool would have that much of an effect. Let's see, 1 lithium and 1 titanium? 3 titanium, okay. Good thing I checked. Alright. I mean, you could pause while we're doing this game, but
After weeks without human contact, it is normal to experience psychological discomfort. Research indicates symptoms may be partly alleviated by adopting a pet or anthropomorphizing an inanimate object.
Can't breathe in a flooded base, obviously.
Hull integrity restored. Draining systems initiated.
Okay. We can breathe again. Good. But yeah, that's it's all going very well. We have a moon pool, even though everything kind of got obliterated when we made it. Now we just need to focus on modification station. In that, we don't need the moon pool on there anymore. So let's get rid of you. Alright, that shouldn't be too hard. Hello. we're gonna need the frickin' computer chip, which means we need the table coral, which we do not have. So good enough. Alright. Table coral. Let's just grab a bunch of it. And let's also stop being lazy and actually do some inventory sorting out here. So that would be all lockers. Let's just start from over here. How much does he take? 2? Yeah, 2 each. That's not bad. Does it have to be higher up? No, it just has to be further out. There we go. It's about even. We just need a lot of these. And then we can sort our entire inventory into a bunch of easily segmented portions, which I think will be much better. Okay, that's probably enough for now. And we don't have enough titanium for more anyway, so. Now we have quartz, which we'll need a lot of. And then we can have stuff like, I don't know, like you can be lead. We specifically have a lead locker. So our lead isn't, you know, freaking all over the place. Although we've used most of our lead. So there's not much in there. Oh, and we actually need this lead. Let me go to the lead locker and and take the 1 lead. Because we need it. We're gonna have like a magnetite. Magnetite or magnetite? I'm gonna assume it's magnetite. Yeah, okay. Hard to know these things. And we could have 1 for gold, which honestly we can just make this the 1 for gold because we're gonna be emptying this out anyway, and there's a lot in here already. So take out all the salt. What's in you? No gold. Okay. But you did have magnetite. That's not supposed to be in there. That goes in here now. And then we can put the salt right above the melons. Because everyone knows salt and melons mix. That's a common fact of life. Then we need some place for diamonds. Might as well put that next to the gold. And I mean, we're gonna put diamond in there eventually. Was that a salt that it had? Yeah, it's not supposed to be in there. Okay, we're keeping 1 diamond on us. We can take all the batteries. And just like this one over here can just be electronic. I was gonna do electronics, but it didn't let me, so we'll keep 1 battery on us, and having a place to store our like spare batteries and other such devices might be good. And we can put other miscellaneous tools and stuff like the fire extinguisher and power cells and upgrade modules, stuff like that in the electronic category, because we don't need them on us, but they're still like man-made tools that use energy for the most part. Then you have gel sacks, which apparently are food. Hopefully they don't go bad. I don't think they will. Maybe they will. That's an issue for another time. Let's see. This one can be good eats. That's what we're gonna call it. Good eats. And we're just gonna put any things that are good and or we eat in them. So we can have all of our water in there, and all of our nutrients, and all our first aid in there. That'll be good. Table coral, that's what I was gonna go do. Well, you need a table coral thing. Table coral. I doubted it could actually hold the whole thing, so I just abbreviated. Okay, now I'm gonna go grab some. Okay. Table coral. I don't know how much of this we actually need to keep on us. We just need one computer chip here. Let's see. Computer chip. What do you take? Gold and copper wire. We don't have a copper storage yet, do we? No. Let's just put that over the food here. Capper. We have a melon now, apparently. I did not mean to grab that. Okay. Well, obviously there's not going to be copper in the locker that I just now labeled copper. Okay, we're actually out of copper. Good. Great. That's a problem. We need to go get more copper. We also are running low on titanium, you know, because we haven't filled up the rest of these yet, so that is kind of all we have. But we'll go grab some copper, and then we just need the titanium, the copper wire, and the gold. Okay. We have everything else, I think. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
We've mined out a lot of the stuff in the nearby areas, so we'll head back over to the big gaping orifice and see if that has any stuff for us, because usually that has a lot of materials in it. As I said, I don't really know how stuff in this game respawns, like if the... Is this the gaping orifice direction? Or is it through... It's probably through the kelp forest, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if or when resources respawn, how that all works. But we'll just... I didn't actually breathe in there before getting out. We'll just play it by ear and see what we can find. Okay. I always get too greedy when it comes to the metal salvages. I'm just like, I want all the items and all the loot. And then my inventory is instantaneously full of a bunch of titanium salvage. And that doesn't help anyone. I don't even think we got enough copper. Did we? I think 2 might be enough, actually. And we aren't going there. We're going this way. This way. Oh, we can actually park in the moon pool. It's a little hard to get into at this low of an altitude, but that's fine. Not a big problem if you're just... You just move steadily. Alright. And that'll recharge, right? That's doing a thing. Yeah. And our power's not going down, it looks like, because I guess the recharging of that doesn't take as much energy as we're getting from the, like, singular solar panel. Which, you know, is nice. I do like that. Now let's see. We need 1 titanium, which we can get by destroying these. And we'll put most of this stuff away. We only need the 1, really. Unless we need 1 for the computer chip. No, we just need the gold. We've got plenty of gold, luckily. There we go. Alright, that's the last thing we need for modification. There we go. Where do we want this? I know you get 1 type of this inside the moon pool, so I guess we'll put this near the moon pool. Just kind of up against this wall somewhere. Doesn't have to be perfect, just right about there. Of course, I sit there saying it doesn't have to be perfect, even though I'm messing with it for like 10 minutes trying to make it perfect. So, a bit of a weird thing. Ooh, ultra glide fins, we need that. We can actually make that. We can make that like right now. We might need more silicone, but we could totally make that. Because I'm a bit hesitant to ever use like Sea Glide or anything because, you know, it takes power. I don't like using up power. Where do we keep our lithium? I don't think we have a lithium place just yet. It's just, yeah, it was just sitting there. Okay, we have the lithium. Let's see. Can I see where the ultra glide fins are in here? Or do they not show up in here because it requires the modification? No, it's right here. Okay. We have the fins because we're wearing them. We can get a titanium for that. Then we need 2 silicone. I don't think we have any silicone left over from the last thing we made. Oh, we do. Okay. Great. Although, that just means that we're going to have more. You know what? We're going to make a silicone locker. That's gonna be you. And we're going to fill this up with silicone so we never need it again. Silicone. That's how we're going to spell it because we can. Alright. Okay. Plenty of silicone for us. Okay. Then we can take these off and go make us some better ones. Because that's probably a good thing. I wonder how much faster they actually make you. Comparison to regular fins. Well, that's good. I don't know what that... It doesn't really tell me what the numbers about that are, but We're just gonna assume that they're correct, that it is significant. All right, cable coral. There we go. Bleg. Put that in there. And we still need more. We need a lot more. We're just gonna be treating the gold one as the miscellaneous again, because we can. So, silver and lubricant. We don't really have anywhere to put those right now, I don't think. And then... Why did I come over here? What did I need to put away? We need to put away salt. That's here. And I came over here for the quartz. That's what we were doing. And then we got a lead, which is over here. And then a silicone, which is right here on top of the melons. There we are. Silicone for days. Good. And we're full up on everything. So that's where we're gonna leave it. We made some good progress. Next time, I have no idea what we're doing. So, good. Hopefully finding the other half of the beacon. I mean, we're literally over here getting like prawn suit and Seamoth recipes, and maybe even getting close to the Cyclops eventually. And yet, for some reason, we don't have the beacon, which I feel is a very early game thing. Ooh, we could make the bioreactor. And then we could put our marble melons in the bioreactor and have infinite power. Although, power isn't really being an issue right now. We could also make aquariums, which I think you need the bigger aquarium like this one in order to make proper like breeding grounds for peepers. Because if I could breed some peepers, then I could have some food in there like that. And then if we could get some water filtration going, that would be infinite salt, which would be nice. And then we could use the salt and the peepers to make salted peepers, and then have infinite range food. Because the marble melons are good while we're here, but they don't really last going anywhere. So, yes, some salted stuff would be nice. But anyway, we'll save that for next time. And I'll see you guys then. We'll just we'll go to the things with the stuff like that. And yeah, it was good stuff. It's unfortunate that I accidentally killed the first Seamoth, but luckily we had enough materials to make two, so they're pretty cheap all in all, which is pretty nice given how easy they are to break. You know, like you get hit by one or two Reapers and suddenly your Seamoth is dust, or you bump into one too many, you know, of those bladderfish and all of a sudden your Seamoth's just imploding. It's not good. It's not a good time. So yes, I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.